Welcome to Divorces in North Carolina, Sandra Dinkins. What happens when the bond of fatherhood shatters under the weight of a DNA test during a divorce? This question might seem far-fetched, but for some, it's an all-too-real scenario that unfolds during one of life's most challenging times: divorce. Paternity issues can add another layer of complexity to the already turbulent process of divorce. But what exactly is a paternity test? In essence, it's a scientific method used to confirm biological parentage, often conducted when a dispute arises over a child's true parentage. This might be requested during a divorce proceeding for a variety of reasons. It could be to establish child support obligations, determine custody rights, or simply to seek truth. The results of such a test can have profound implications, sending shockwaves through a family's emotional, financial, and relational landscape. Now let's delve into a real-life case that illuminates the emotional, financial, and other repercussions of such a discovery. In the heart of North Carolina, a woman discovered a shocking truth about her family during her divorce. This woman, a symbol of strength and resilience, found herself embroiled in a whirlwind of emotions when she uncovered that her husband was not the biological father of their child. This revelation came not by choice, but as a result of a routine paternity test conducted during their divorce proceedings. A paternity test, for those unfamiliar, is a DNA test that determines the biological parentage of a child. It's typically done to establish legal and social responsibilities. For this woman, this test was like opening Pandora's box, revealing a truth that would irreversibly alter the fabric of her family. She found herself grappling with a torrent of emotions: shock, confusion, anger, and a profound sense of betrayal. Her mind swirled with questions. How could this have happened? Who was the biological father? And most importantly, how would this impact their child? Her husband, too, was thrown into an emotional turmoil. Despite not being the biological father, he had raised, loved, and cared for the child as his own. The bond they shared was real and deep, and this revelation didn't change that. Yet he was filled with a sense of loss, a sense of mourning for a biological connection that he thought existed, but in reality, didn't. The child, too young to fully comprehend the situation, could sense the tension and the change in dynamics. The innocence of childhood was abruptly replaced by a reality that was too complex to grasp. The discovery sent ripples through their extended family and friends, casting a shadow of uncertainty and awkwardness. Relationships that were once defined and secure were now in a state of flux, as everyone struggled to come to terms with this new reality. If you are getting value from this video, please give it a thumbs up. But the emotional toll was just the beginning. The financial implications were yet to unfold. The revelation had profound financial implications. Jane Doe's husband had been paying child support for years. It's like a financial earthquake that shakes the very foundations of your life, leaving you to wonder how you'll manage to rebuild. In North Carolina, as in many other states, child support is a serious commitment, and rightly so. It ensures that the child's basic needs are met, from food and clothing to education and healthcare. But what happens when you discover that the child you've been financially supporting isn't biologically yours? It's a question that's not only emotionally loaded, but also fraught with financial complexities. You might think that the answer is simple: just claim back the child support. However, it's not always that straightforward. The legal process can be complex and drawn out. It typically involves going to court, presenting evidence, and waiting for a judge's decision. This alone can be a costly endeavor, both in terms of money and time. The outcome isn't guaranteed either. The court's decision is based on a variety of factors. They may consider the length of time that has passed since the discovery, the relationship between the presumed parent and the child, as well as the best interests of the child. For instance, if the court determines that it would be detrimental to the child's well-being to disrupt the current arrangements, they may decide against refunding the child support. It's also worth noting that, even if the court rules in the favor of the father, collecting the money can be another hurdle. The person who received the child support might not have the means to pay it back. In conclusion, the financial repercussions of discovering that a child is not biologically yours can be significant. It's a complex tangle of emotional distress, legal battles, and potential financial loss. It's a reminder that while biology plays a role in parenthood, it's not the only factor. The legal, emotional, and financial ties that bind parents and children can be just as strong, if not stronger. The financial repercussions can be overwhelming, but there are other consequences too. The ripple effect of such a discovery extends beyond the emotional and financial. It's like throwing a stone into a pond and watching the ripples spread out, touching everything in their path. The same is true when a paternity test reveals that a child is not biologically related to the person they believed was their parent. One of the most significant repercussions is the potential change in familial relationships. It's not just about the relationship between the parent and child. It can also affect relationships with siblings and extended family members. The knowledge can cause a shift in family dynamics, leading to confusion, resentment, and even alienation. Then, there's the psychological impact on the child. Imagine growing up believing one person is your parent and then finding out that they are not. It can rock a child's world, causing them to question their identity and their place in the family. This can lead to feelings of insecurity, abandonment, and a host of other psychological issues that can affect them well into adulthood. And let's not forget societal judgment. In a world where we're quick to pass judgment, such a situation can lead to stigmatization. The family can face harsh judgment and criticism, which can further exacerbate the emotional turmoil they're already experiencing. So, what does this mean for Jane Doe, her family, and others going through similar situations? It means navigating a complex maze of emotions, finances, and legalities while trying to preserve the mental well-being of a child who is caught in the middle. It's a tough journey, no doubt, but understanding the implications can make it more manageable. It's about having those difficult conversations, seeking professional help when needed, and most importantly, ensuring that the child's well-being is at the forefront. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about who the biological parent is. It's about who loves, nurtures, and cares for the child. And that's what truly makes someone a parent.